Yeah, today, March 1st, 2025. Y'all gotta stop capping on me, man. The only reason I look overweight in that picture.
After Canelo Alvarez trained Errol Spence ahead of his proposed rematch with Terence Crawford, Crawford has fired shots at the pair, claiming Canelo's fate would be no different from Spence's when they lock horns in the ring in 5 months' time. Crawford found their union laughable, as he sees Spence as that fighter that would never be a threat to him regardless of what the circumstances are. Crawford trolling Canelo Alvarez and Errol Spence tweeted on X they coked. For Spence, training with Canelo was to put up a combined labor with Crawford's other opponent in order to increase his chances of winning. Well, Terence Crawford didn't find many issues with that. What forced Crawford to respond was something Canelo Alvarez did after the training. Following the training with Errol Spence, Canelo Alvarez made a controversial statement that brought out the beast in Terence Crawford. When talking about their fight in September, Canelo questioned Crawford's undefeated record, claiming he lost his fight against Madrimov by moving to a higher weight class and should expect a bigger punishment this time.
Man, I stay fit, man. You did? Yes, sir. And it's not tucked in. This is tucked in.
I mean, it could happen. I mean, why not? If Crawford wanna challenge himself to be great, let him try to be great, you know. So, you know what I'm saying, I'm with it. So, you know, I'll be going for Bud, you know, if he fight Canelo, I'll be going for him. I mean, I don't know if he gonna win or lose, but
In August of last year, he made the first tentative step, moving to 150 to dethrone WBA world champion Israel Madrimov. The tricky fight saw Crawford end an 11-fight stoppage streak when he beat the Uzbek title holder via unanimous decision. It was undoubtedly a close fight, with Madrimov doing all he could to make it awkward. His promoter Eddie Hearn said in the aftermath that Crawford did not do enough to take the belt. That is a sentiment Canelo shares, as he told the media that his future rival lost before conceding he could maybe see a draw. For me, I think he lost. He lost the fight or drew. It could be the other side. He knows now why there are weight classes.
Crawford, I think if anybody can pull it off, he can pull it off.
Yeah. You know,
he's chasing greatness, so why not? Canelo came up to 175 and all that and fought Kovalev and fought the other guy too. So I mean, if he can do it, and he started at 147. So I mean, if he's doing it, why can't?
According to CompuBox, Crawford outlanded Madrimov by just 11 punches come the final bell, though he scored more in 7 of the 12 rounds. He was busier, however, throwing for 133 to Madrimov 275. The judges scored the fight 116 to 112, 115 to 113, and 115 to 113. All for Bud. Madrimov has since lost to Virgil Ortiz Jr. by decision, halting any progress back to the belt. Whilst Canelo faces Skull in a matter of weeks, Crawford will remain in the gym, focusing on packing on 14 pounds in the most efficient way to cause what would be seen as one of the defining victories of the modern era.
Is there ever a possibility where you would rematch Errol Spence? Or is he in a position where he needs to win again before that makes sense for you?
The possibility is there.
The world desperately awaits Errol Spence Jr.'s return to the squared circle. Once considered the hottest star in boxing, the truth has been sidelined for over a year since his defeat to Terence Crawford. It has been a grueling path for Spence, and despite constant chatter of a return, there's been no fight. Then came the retirement rumors that Spence quashed subsequently, yet questions about his comeback lingered. Finally, after months of uncertainty, the Texan can hope Oscar de la Hoya has stepped up, offering a perfect stage for Spence to return to the squared circle. Virgil Ortiz Jr. is undoubtedly de la Hoya's biggest asset at the moment. The undefeated welterweight, fresh off an impressive victory over Israel Madrimov, is ready to elevate his career. However, after back-to-back fights, the Golden Boy wants his fighter to slow down a bit.
For his title, I'm fighting for a title, and there's a possibility. He win his fight, God willing. I win my fight, God willing. And there's your possibility right there.
In a recent interview with Fight Hype TV, the 52-year-old promoter claimed that he plans on having a homecoming fight for Ortiz at the home of the Dallas Cowboys. Virgil is coming off to tough fights, which can be tough on the body as well and tough on the mind. I'm thinking about doing a homecoming party for him in Dallas and fighting a top 10 guy, then going after Fondora, and then going after Crawford. After he comes back down to 150 for after he fights Canelo at 168, the La Jolla the promoters worrying for his fighter is valid, as these fights are intense. However, this predicament has provided a golden opportunity for Errol Spence Jr., as De La Jolla wants him to be Ortiz's opponent. Not only that, but the promoter promises good pay if the fight is secured.
Do you believe maybe that you'd put Virgil Ortiz on that undercard with a view to then fighting Crawford maybe after that?
That's a great idea. You're a promoter now. You're a matchmaker. Let's go. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Look, having these types of fights on one night is just great for boxing. That's it. So imagine that. Wow. Crawford.
There are a lot of options out there for Virgil. I'm excited. Imagine if we can put together a Virgil Spence fight at Dallas Stadium, at the Cowboys Stadium. That would sell out the place. I think that's something to consider as well. He stated, the decision entirely lies with Spence, as this fight can truly serve as a perfect comeback opportunity, a sold-out fight against one of the hottest stars in welterweight, followed by a title fight against a rival that he has desired for a long time. Last year, a rumored Sebastian Fondora vs. Errol Spence fight completely overtook the narrative. The fight not only intrigued the fans, but also promised to be a hard-hitting affair that everyone desired, but as the World Boxing Organization refused to sanction the anticipated title fight, it was shelved. The whole predicament left the towering Inferno out of action for almost a year after winning his World Boxing title. Despite these circumstances, it looks like Fondora is ready to put aside every issue for a dance against Spence. In a recent interview with Boxing Scene, he claimed, "Of course I want that fight," showing his excitement over the possible bout.
Do you believe maybe that you'd put Virgil Ortiz on that undercard with a view to then fighting Crawford maybe after that?
That's a great idea. You're a promoter now. You're a matchmaker. Let's go. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Look, having these types of fights on one night is just great for boxing. That's it. So imagine that. Wow. Crawford.
He was not able to hide his disappointment at everything that transpired in the last few months. It's a big fight. It's a big fight. But of course it didn't happen, sighed Fondora. After the disappointment, the unified super welterweight champion successfully defended his title against Cordell Booker on March 22 via a fourth-round technical knockout. Following the impressive victory, he would most likely take on the World Boxing Organization's #1 ranked Xander Zayas. While there are lots of variables, if everything falls in place, we might see a Fondora-Spence clash in either late 2025 or early 2026. However, everything depends on how Errol Spence Jr. is feeling at the moment and when he will come back. Till then, all these plans are just pipe dreams.
Virgil, I mean, it'll be the Super Bowl of boxing.
If you are waiting around on that, who is it that you're going to match him with?
I don't know. I have to literally go back to the office and just figure it out. So, yeah, Virgil winning here in Riyadh was huge against Madrimov, the beast.
Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford look set to face each other in a massive fight later this year. Both are two of the best pound-for-pound boxers in the world at the moment, making the clash highly anticipated. Alvarez's only 2 career losses have come against Floyd Mayweather and Dimitri Bivol, and Mayweather's former manager Jay Prince thinks Crawford will add another defeat to Alvarez's record. The fight is expected to take place at super middleweight, meaning Crawford will need to jump up to weight classes, as his last fight was at 150 pounds.
The beast. Wow, the beast. I truly feel that Virgil now is on a different level.
Final one from me. What did you say to Eddie Hearn in the aftermath of that win tonight?
No, good. Just, good fight. That's it. I mean, I think I'm 0-20 now, so... Or no, Eddie's 0-20. I think he's 0-4 or 5 with me, so... It's okay. We're just chipping away. We're going to have losses too. We're going to have wins too. But I think tonight...
While Alvarez has the weight advantage, Jay Prince reckons Crawford has the skills to get the job done. Speaking to Sean Zittel, he said, "I believe Crawford beats Canelo. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is." Crawford is one of those guys. Prince, though, refused to say anything bad about Alvarez, saying, "Of course. You know we can't say anything bad about Canelo because he is the top of the top two, but that's my opinion."
What's important is that both fighters came out good. Everything's good. Virgil won. Great fights. Great night for boxing.
This is the final one. You spoke to me the other day. You said that Virgil's first fight, he said to Jerry Jones, he's going to sell it out.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a reality?
Absolutely. 1,000%.
Jay Prince also downplayed suggestions that putting on the extra weight will diminish Crawford, saying, "I think Crawford has no wear and tear on him that I've witnessed watching him spar and watching him in the ring over the years. And he knows what he is doing. Canelo Alvarez is powerful and has been fighting at super middleweight for a considerable amount of time. Hence, he has a better feel of the division than Alvarez, who fights at a much lower weight class. That said, Crawford is as skillful as they come. Alvarez, though, needs to take care of business against William Skull first on May 3rd. He aims to become the undisputed super middleweight champion again with a win against Skull. Terence Crawford has never shied away from a challenge, and now it looks like his next one could be the biggest of his career. Literally, talks are heating up for a September showdown against Canelo Alvarez of 168 pounds, a fight that would pit two pound-for-pound greats against each other in a battle that could define the era.
Okay. Hey, John, I don't have much time left with you, so I appreciate the time that I've gotten with you. I'm curious to get your insight on a fight coming up between Terence Crawford and Canelo in September. Crawford's moving up a few weight classes to meet Canelo. Just your insight. How does Crawford cross that bridge? How does he nullify the weight difference and get a win against Canelo?
I don't know.
But not everyone sold on that idea just yet, especially not Yaron Boots. Ennis, one of boxing's most exciting rising stars, is getting ready for his own test against Stannis this weekend. Still, he found time to weigh in on the Canelo vs. Crawford hype train, and he's not exactly handing out blind endorsements. In a recent interview with Fight Hub TV, Ennis raised a red flag about Crawford moving up to full weight classes. "I think Crawford should take a warm-up fight at 160 just to feel what it's like against a bigger guy." He said Boots didn't hold back when talking about what Crawford's up against. "Canelo's been at that weight for a while. He's been pinning big guys out. Crawford's smaller, and Canelo has been dropping dudes that come in at like 200 pounds on fight night. The reality is Alvarez may not be a natural super middleweight either, but he's made a habit of hurting and finishing fighters much bigger than Crawford. That's not lost on people who know how the game works."
That's like a 50-50, 60-40. You gotta lean towards Canelo because he's been at that weight for a long time now, and he been pitting big guys out and things like that. Crawford a little smaller. So I don't know. We gotta see how it play out come whenever they fight. When they supposed to fight, September or something like that.
September.
Yeah, we gotta see how it play out. We don't know. It's boxing. But I think you gotta lean more towards Canelo because, like I said before,
Others in the boxing world had echoed similar concerns. Timothy Bradley told BoxingCENE.com that while Crawford is probably the most complete fighter right now, the size difference can't be ignored. "It's a real jump," Bradley said. Crawford, for his part, has never lacked confidence. On Max on Boxing, he made it clear I'll fight anybody at any weight. That's what greatness is about. And for fans, that kind of mindset is exactly what makes this potential matchup so compelling. So the question remains, can elite skill neutralize elite size and power? Crawford may be one of the best technicians the sport has ever seen, but if he goes straight into a fight with Canelo, he'll be doing it with zero margin for error. Canelo has had a number of big fights against the likes of Floyd Mayweather and Miguel Cotto, Shane Mosley and Sergey Kovalev, while three of them have come against his former bitter foe Golovkin.
Guys out and down, and Canelo not even really a 68 pounder. He probably really should be at 60 maybe, and he been hurting these guys. I think he be dropping these guys and things like that. So, and them guys be way bigger than him come fight night. I know that for sure. They be probably close to 200 pounds, and he dropping those guys like that. So I don't know. It's gonna be a great fight. The fans want to see it. So
Alvarez and Golovkin met over a 5-year period. The first bout came in September 2017 and ended in a controversial majority draw. Though many felt that the Kazakh star should have won, a rematch took place 12 months later, with Canelo claiming a narrow points victory, while the third meeting in 2022 was arguably the most decisive of the three, as Alvarez again won on points, this time more comfortably. Canelo has recently signed a 4-fight deal with Riyadh Season, with the first of this huge deal set to take place on May 3rd, when he takes on IBF super middleweight champion William Skull in a bid to become the undisputed super middleweight champion once again. One man who has had first-hand experience in preparing a fighter to face the Mexican icon is Abel Sanchez, who coached Gennady Golovkin in 2 of his bouts against Canelo in 2017 and 2018, respectively.
I think it's a ridiculous fight myself. I think that Crawford is too small. Canelo is, in my opinion, the face of boxing right now. I think that look at his resume. I think it's a good fight for a little while. Crawford's hand speed will, just like when Golovkin fought Kell Brook, the hand speed was evident at the beginning of the fight. But as the fight goes on, Canelo's going to start pounding on him, and I think that the fight ends somewhere between the 9th and 12th round.
Longtime boxing trainer Abel Sanchez talks to Fight Hub TV and shares his perspective on a number of fights in boxing, including some potential ones on the horizon. In particular, Sanchez explains why he believes Canelo Alvarez is a bridge too far for Terence Crawford. Talking about the Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford fight, he said, "Come on, I think it's a ridiculous fight myself. I think that Crawford is too small. Canelo is, in my opinion, the face of boxing right now. Look at his resume. I think it's a good fight for a little while. Crawford's hand speed is just like when Golovkin fought Kell Brook. The hand speed was evident at the beginning of the fight, but as the fight goes on, Canelo is going to start pounding on him, and I think that the fight ends somewhere between the 9th and 12th rounds. I think anything Canelo hits him with is going to hurt him. He won't be able to catch him early because, like I said, of the foot speed and the hand speed. And Crawford's a heck of a fighter at his own weight, 54. When he fought Madrimov in his last fight showed us the weight makes a difference. I don't care how much weight he gains or how much he does to try to get up to that level. 168 is going to make a difference."
You really feel because of the size difference, he can stop Crawford?
Well, absolutely. Absolutely. I think that anything Canelo hits him with is going to hurt him. He won't be able to catch him early because, like I said, the speed and the foot speed and the hand speed. And Crawford's a heck of a fighter at his own weight. 54, when he fought Madrimov in his last fight, showed us that he can't really, the weight makes a difference. I don't care how much weight he gains and how much he does to try to get up to that level, 168.
Feeling. Do you have your key? What's been going on, Terence? Talk to us for a little bit.
I got somewhere to go, man.
Yeah. Can we follow you for just the time being?
Yeah.
Hey guys, you guys supposed to do interviews over there.
Yep. Cool. I like the
Don't talk to him.
Mario, don't I got an interview with you?
They haven't told me that. I would love to have an interview. I haven't had an interview with you, a proper interview, in a year and a half.
What's up, man? What you
What's
got?
up, bro?
Don't get the cold, man.
Yeah.
It's a ridiculous fight because I said it a while ago. Crawford is a great fighter, but he's been the same fighter from 135 to 147. He's still the same fighter. He hasn't changed anything to make him viable at the bigger weights. What Canelo has, Crawford hasn't. Been destroying his opponents. He destroyed one who was a shell of his former self, but Canelo is destroying everybody that he fights. Destroying them, but Crawford's not. Yes, it's a good money fight, but not a real fight. Virgil Ortiz has been open about the fact that he would like to face Crawford should he move back down to 154. If he does so after the Canelo fight, the 27-year-old fan favorite believes it will no longer be with an undefeated record. Speaking to the Ring magazine, Ortiz predicted, "I have a clear win for the naturally bigger man. Just to keep it real, I think he's too small. Yet, I know he just weighed in at 180 right now, but just putting on the weight and actually belonging to that weight are two different things."
Your move up to 154, how much stronger are you feeling? How much better are you feeling at 54?
I feel great. I feel strong. I feel motivated. You know, I'm just ready to go out here and do my thing.
Yeah. Terence, tell us about that back and forth with Eddie.
Oh, Eddie.
Yeah, you look a little heated there.
I ain't heated.
No?
Eddie just be throwing rocks and just saying anything that comes to his mind to make itself sound, I don't know.
I would understand if he fought someone of less caliber, but it's Canelo we're talking about. That dude is GOAT. He's been running boxing for a long time. I think it's going to be a very clear win for Canelo. He then elaborated, saying Crawford gets hit and that he cannot afford to do that against someone like Canelo. I know I'm going to get some hate for saying this. Crawford gets hit. He does. He gets it like everybody else. Sometimes he gets hit clean. If you get hit clean by Canelo, that's not GOAT. It's really not GOAT, whoever you are, and Canelo's fast. It's not like he's a slow puncher, he will catch you off guard. It's just different, and that's all for now. For the very best updates on news moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality content like this. Until next time, peace.